What's up, guys? Today we're actually in my own account because I've got something very exciting to show you. So what I've done today is I've made some modifications to a pre-existing clan boss speed tune known as Myth Fu. So this is the original speed tune. Hold on, who was the author of this so I can give them credit? Saphyrra. Very good. Okay, so Saphyrra from HH Gaming came up with this clan boss speed tune, and it's actually amazing. What it does is it uses Fushan and his 24% speed aura to make this speed tune much easier to attain with these speeds. And this one particular is a 3-1 that any DPS can work in here. Ninja is the default, but if you just you can put in Kale. And the speed tune is exactly the same. It doesn't matter who your last champion is in this spot. This could be Rhonda if you want it to be Rhonda. Like, it really doesn't matter. As long as they don't have any turn meter effects that would change or alter the speed tune in any way. So, I'm going to use Ninja because I don't really use Ninja anywhere aside from Hydra. So I wanted to be able to use my Ninja again. So I'm making him into my clan boss team. So what we're doing here is we're taking Elva Autumnborn, and she's going to be filling 2 roles in this team. So what I'm going to do is I've got this tab, which is the original speed tune, and I've got this tab, which is the one I'm going to modify. So first things first, instead of Eris and Fushan, we're going to be running Elva Autumnborn. So we're using Elva to do Eris's job, and Fushan's job, which is to provide a speed aura. So instead of 24%, it's only 19%. Okay? So that's going to, as you can see off to the side, the whole speed tune is out of whack, so we need to fix this. So when we change the speed aura, everybody loses speed equal to 5% of their base speed. So now what we need to do is come into this side and look at what their true speeds are. So for Demytha, her true speed is 317.7. So we need to come over here onto hours and increase this until the true speed matches. And in game, I've got mine at 299. And that is with 3 speed sets and Lore of Steel, so that matches there. Now this speed is going to be much different because Elva has a very high base speed of 115. So we're looking for 220.50. My Elva Autumnborn is at 300. No Lore of Steel, but 3 speed sets. So this is the number that matters right here, this 320.49. And then I'm not using Fushan, I'm using Fane, and they have very different base speeds, so it is important to put her in here. So Fushan's true speed is 212.44. My Fane in game is 193. So we're gonna bump her up to 193. No speed sets or Lore of Steel. And then Seeker. I believe my Seeker is 204. So that's that. And then my Ninja, and I'll show you the builds in a moment once I get these speeds put in. 272. Now my Ninja is in 3 speed sets, and he does have Lore of Steel, so when we start to scroll down, all of a sudden, magically it's fixed again. And that's basically all you have to do to adapt the Elva Autumnborn into Fushan. Now the reason why this is worth doing is because, now let me show you my clan mates. This is my clan mate's Fushan team. He's got a +1 Fushan with Brimstone. Now this was against Spirit Affinity, so his Fushan did a little bit less damage, but his Dracomorph does more damage as sort of a payoff. So this is probably about the same. I think he said he might do like a few million more on Void. But just to give you an idea, and my clanmate has much better gear than I do on his account. But this is, now he's not running, I don't think he's doing the 3-1 team. But anyway, this is like the standard Fushan, what you can expect with reasonably good gear. Okay? So keep this in mind. I'm going to show you my builds, just to show that they're not like super crazy. Now, in the old speed tune I was running, it was very similar. I was using Mother Sybil in the place of Fushan because she has the exact same speed aura, 24 speed in all battles, and she's the same affinity, which means Eris wouldn't take the stun against Spirit. But the speeds are different because of this 15% turn meter on her A1. But in that speed tune, I was running my Feign in attack percentage boots, and my Seeker in attack percentage boots. But with this speed tune, Seeker and Feign need to be faster, so I basically just moved them in the speed boots, and I kept all their other gear the same, so this isn't like perfectly optimized. If I were to re-gear everyone, I could actually get a lot more damage. I just put some speed boots on Feign, and I put some speed boots on Seeker. I didn't change any other piece of gear. So there's still plenty of room for optimization in these builds. I just didn't want to spend a bunch of silver because there's a fusion coming, and I'm very short. But my ninja's damaging gear isn't... His stats aren't that crazy. Like, 4k attack is good. Like, that's, you know, it's whatever. I'm not going to pretend like... It's not insane, though. This is an attainable number. Really, he's just got an attack percentage chest, and an attack ring, and then the weapon. So he's got the 4k attack, he's got the 272 speed, he's only got 95% crit rate, and he's only got 154% crit damage. So, I mean, he's in speed boots, crit damage, amulet, and it's only a 5-star. So this isn't even like a fully optimized ninja either. I just wanted to get him to the right speed to make this team run, just so I could see if it worked. And boy, did it ever. Also, one thing I wanted to go over real quick is Elva Autumnborn actually has very high damage multiplier on her A1 at 4.8 times attack. The problem is she has very low base attack at 936. So it's very difficult to get her attack up, but with the increased attack buff from Seeker's A2, it definitely goes a long way towards boosting that. So unlike Demytha, Elva can actually do some pretty good damage if you build her to do so. So I've got her in an attack percentage chest, I've got her in crit rate gloves, and she is actually crit capped. Funny enough, I was actually just able to put my Eris's gear straight onto Elva, and it was like the perfect speed tune. I do have a much faster banner on my Elva, the 30 speed. I got super lucky with this. This is probably the best banner on my account, honestly. But yeah, just between this banner and her having a much higher base speed... Oh, she's only got 110 base speed. I thought it was 115. Either way, she has a very high base speed, and I have a very fast banner, so I was able to just put Eris's gear directly onto Elva, and it just happened to work out perfectly. But yeah, you'll see her damage when she gets going. It's not crazy, but it's respectable. It's enough that she's worth building damage stats onto if you're not using her in other content where you're depending on her to be super tanky. I did say I'd go over the stats of the other champions, so... my Feign has 5k attack, 100% crit rate, and 276 crit damage. Her attack was much higher when she had the attack boots, obviously. And then Seeker, he's got 3.7k attack. Again, I think this was around 4k when he had the attack boots on. So, like, we're probably losing about 20% damage off of my Seeker and 20% damage off my Feign. This is basically the exact same as my old speed tune, but instead of running Mother Sybil and Eris, I get to run Ninja, and Ninja does way more damage than Mother Sybil and Eris combined. And that's even with my Mother Sybil in a toxic set. My Elva is replacing my Mother Sybil and my Eris, and that means I get to squeeze another damage dealer into my team. And this actually works with all the Fushan teams. It's not just the 3-1 ninja team. Find the team you're looking for, just like the standard Fushan right here. You can click it, and then just do the exact same thing we did before. So we have this other instance of the calculator open, and you just adjust everyone's true speed so that it matches the previous team composition, and everything should work just fine. So instead of Warboy, we have Kale in here, and if you look, you can tell just by looking at the calculator over here how everything is perfectly synced. It starts with Elva to cleanse the debuffs and place increased speed, and it ends with Demytha placing block damage, and it does that every single turn, all the way through. So Elva can come into a traditional style Fushan team and replace Fushan and your heiress, and that'll open you up to bring in another damage dealer. So she's just really powerful, and she basically breaks clan boss, I guess you can say. I don't know. It's pretty awesome. Alright, let's get into a run here after we claim our clan boss rewards. Not too bad, not too bad. Ooh, Sacred Shard. I'll take it. Alright. Okay, so I actually did this against Hard, and that's the beauty of this team. Not only does it work against Ultra Nightmare, Nightmare, and Brutal, it also works against Hard. So when you 1-key Ultra Nightmare, you can use your 4th key on Hard. And I had the quest to use a rare champion against the clan boss. So this is normally Fane. I'm going to go ahead and switch that back. Okay. So this is the setup for Hard. It actually works against normal too. I tested it a couple days ago. So for normal, you want to open with the A1. For normal and Hard, you open with the A1, and then you set this for the default. Seeker. Huh. I guess that's interesting. I didn't realize that I forgot to set him up, but apparently it works that way because I had no troubles with it. And then for Demytha, you need to open with the A1, set this as the priority, and set this as the secondary. And then Ninja is just his default. But against Ultra Nightmare, Nightmare, and Brutal, it's a different setup. So for Elva, we just have her set this as the priority. Seeker, he wants to open with his A1 and then prioritize the A2. Fane, you can do whatever you like. This is my preferred setup for Fane, or whoever your damage dealer is. It doesn't really matter. Just set them up the way they need to be set up. Demytha, she opens with her A1, then prioritizes the buff extend, and then does the block damage second, or I guess third, 1, 2, and 3. And then Ninja has to be set up like this. So that's the setup. Easy peasy. And it's full auto, so let's just get right into it. So at this point right here, I've officially hit the 1 key mark, and if it was any other day, I'd go ahead and just turn the run off and move on with my business. But since we're doing a showcase, I'm going to let it play out the full 50 turns so you can see the potential this team has. And there we are at 100 million. $111.2 million. Not too bad. So Elva Autumnborn doing a respectable 8.4 million. Seeker doing about double that at 16 million. Fane at just about 30 million. Demytha, I've seen worse. And then Ninja definitely pulling his weight at 52 million. So to put this into perspective, my last team, I think against Ultra Nightmare I would do about 80 million damage, typically, in that range. So, you know, bringing Ninja onto this team and putting him on a 3-1 turn ratio increased my damage by about 30 million. So, you know, and I showed you before, my gear isn't that crazy for this team. Like, it's just, you know, a really good team because you get 2 damage dealers. Most clan boss teams like this, you only have room for 1. But because Elva Autumnborn comes in and does 2 jobs with the speed aura and replacing Eris, you get to bring 2 damage dealers, which is what makes this particular team so awesome. The best part about this team is it only requires 3 specific champions: Elva Autumnborn, Demytha, and Seeker. You can bring in whichever damage dealers you like, and you get to bring 2. The ceiling for this team is extremely high, and I have nowhere near the ceiling. I think for a lot of you out there, you probably have better gear than me, especially considering I'm a free-to-play player only 11 months into the game. I still have a lot of room to grow. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, happy raiding.